Oh, hey, bienvenidos a todos. Welcome everyone. I am the Seamster. And what are we doing today? Today we are going to make a drawstring cinch bag. Yeah, I have some leftover canvas, so I figured, you know what? I'm going to do this with the handheld sewing machine. Now, some of you guys out there have probably already seen Troubleshooting 101 video. If you have a handheld sewing machine, I run you through all the areas that this little thing could either give you a problem or it can be a great thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this handheld sewing machine with the same color thread as this lightweight canvas, and I'm going to make this drawstring cinch bag. Okay, some of the things that you may need as far as tools, I don't predict that I'm going to have any problems with this handheld sewing machine, but some of the tools you are going to need is possibly a Phillips head screwdriver for adjusting the needle, threader, some tweezers to help thread that. You're definitely going to need some snips, and you're going to need an iron to iron down the edges here so it's nice and flat. So obviously you're going to need some type of drawstring, and I got this this little tiny rope here off one of my the bolt bumpers there, so I just cut some of that off. So and some wonder clips on the edges here. If you don't have wonder clips, you can basically use some clothesline hangers. You know what, they got the little spring, you just clamp them on, and that just holds that edge right there so that when you're sewing it doesn't keep pushing that material and then it becomes all, you know, uneven. So if you guys haven't already subscribed, if you haven't, give me a comment, guys. I like to know where you guys are from. I really do appreciate that. I'm not doing this, you know what I mean, to make any money. Obviously I just got out of work, and I like making these videos because I like to know where people are from. And I like to see thumbs up, and I like to see all those people that are out there, you know, commenting to me that they really got something out of it. And I know that these little handheld sewing machines, they can be a bother to some people, and some people just, you know, throw these things away. But you don't have to, okay? They really do work. You just have to understand them, and they really are easy to understand. So let's go ahead and let's get started, and let's make this drawstring cinch bag. Come on, everybody, let's do this. Okay. My lightweight canvas, I just had this scrap piece left over, and my measurement is going to be 23 by 12 and a half, okay? And you want to have one folded end that's going to be on the bottom side of the bag. Okay, so if that's on the bottom side, that's great. And now I'm going to take these edges and I'm going to make them as flush as I can, and I'm going to take the wonder clip and put that on the very corners. Okay, it's got a little spring, and you just put that right on the corner. Well, you don't want it right on the corner because you have to sew right there. Okay, so just like that. And now, as you can see, well, maybe you can't see, what I did is I put marks on here with a pen, and it kind of curves around, and that's what you want to do when you're sewing with a handheld sewing machine, or basically any sewing machine. You want to start here and then curve that around. Okay, so when you turn the bag inside out, there's somewhat of a rounded edge there. So what I want to do now is I want to iron this flat. So I'm going to go ahead and do that right now. And the reason why I'm using this material right here, because you don't want to do that on your mat, because it'll buckle up that mat. It'll pull the moisture from underneath it, and it'll just make it like oblonged. And it'll stay like that for a while. I've done that and made a mistake, so I learned from that. Okay, so that looks nice and flat. So now, just go ahead and set that aside. Let's get rid of this. And now we're ready to sew. So, as you can see, the handheld sewing machine has the same color thread, and we are going to put that just underneath that needle. Okay, so now that it's underneath the needle, safety switch, I'm going to just go ahead and sew this just a little bit. Now, you want to turn that so that it faces the direction that you want to go in. And then once you get to the end, remember, you want that chain stitch to go beyond. Okay. Okay, so I'm just going to cut that off at about 1 inch. So I have 1 inch of chain stitch that runs beyond. Okay, so all I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this over and take a look at my chain stitch. And the chain stitch does look pretty good all the way from the top to the bottom. Okay, so now all I have to do is the other side, and that doesn't have a pen mark on the opposite side, so I'm just going to go ahead and do that just to help guide me. Okay, so since I'm right here doing this, I might as well just put that line on there right now. You're not going to see that because that's going to be on the inside of the bag. And I'm going to go ahead and put that wonder clip right back on there again. You want to wind this all the way up to the top. Okay, I'm going to put my safety switch on because my fingers are going to be under here. And I have before clamped myself right inside there. Okay, so now I'll put the safety switches off. And again, go slow. Turn the material. Again, cut that off at about 1 inch, leaving yourself at least 2 inches beyond your handheld sewing machine. And now I'm going to pull these wonder clips off. So now what we're going to do is we are going to turn this edge just inside about 1 inch to 1.5 inches. Alright, so I went ahead and ironed this. Now I'm going to want to make a line to follow. Okay, so I'm just going to take this here and I'm going to leave myself at least that inch, or if it was 1 inch I'd make it 3/4 inch, just depending on how big your string, your cinch string is going to be. So now that I have my marks on here all the way around, that's just a guideline. Okay, I'm really not going to be seeing this when I'm sewing. So what I do is I take a dry erase marker. Yeah, I do. And I make a little mark right here and also on here. And that just lets me know and guides me, because you want your good stitch to be on the outside, right? Yeah, we do. So we want to lift this up, and that puts me at 1 inch. 1 inch on that mark. So all I'm going to do is just run this through and just make sure that this mark stays right there with it. And I'm just going to begin sewing. All right, so safety. And all I'm going to follow is that mark. Now I'm getting up to where this is really bunched up, so there's a possibility I could have some skip stitches. I hope not. Let's just see. So I'm just going to take a look, make sure that it did sew. Yes, it did. It sewed pretty good on the opposite side. So I'm just going to go ahead and continue and just follow my marks. And I'm going to go ahead and pull this out best that I can without pulling the stitches. You want to hold that, okay? And just cut that off. So there it is. I reached my end. Remember now, this is where I have to pull that thread through, okay, because I don't want that to unravel. And as we already know on that troubleshooting video, this will unravel. So I have to pull this thread through. So I have to use my threader. When you pull that through, when you pull that thread through, you want to loop it underneath the, if I can pull this through. If not, great. Okay, so there it is. And I'm going to loop this under. Okay, so I'm going to reach underneath with my threader, grab a hold of this thread like so, and pull that through just like that, and tug on it. And I always suggest you doing that twice. Again, underneath, and grab, wait a minute, there it is. Oh, wait a minute, there it is. Grab a hold of that and pull that through just like that, and then tug on it just like that. Okay, yeah, that looks pretty good. So now all I'm going to do is I'm going to snip a hole right here in the center. Okay, making sure I don't cut over on the other side. Okay, that looks pretty good. Now I want to be able to make sure that this end of this string can go through the bag. Okay, just like that. And I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to push that through. So here we go. Alright, so this is just a piece of wire. I guess you could use a hanger. And there it is, everyone, a simple cinch bag. If you want this to be wider, then all you do is you just make your string longer. All I did is I went this way in half. So if I would have wanted it to be fully open, I would simply go this way and all the way back again to this edge. So once and all the way back to the edge, and then this would open up all the way, and then this would be this tight once this bag is opened up fully. But as you can see, I don't mind it being like this, so when I'm putting my things that are inside, I can just go ahead and just put everything right inside just like that, and then all I'm going to do is just grab onto both of these and just cinch it. And bam, just like that, everybody, we got ourselves a simple cinch bag. So obviously, if I wanted to make this bag bigger, I could. I mean, but I didn't mind. It was just a little practical thing just for you to let you know what you can do with your handheld sewing machines. So make the knots and so forth. But like I said, if you want the length and this opening to be bigger, simply just make your string bigger. Actually, just go this way, and you can go beyond it, and the strings can just hang out a little longer. Okay, so with this little cinch bag, as you can see, you can put just about anything inside there. Okay, and I did. I put everything that I'm gonna need to use with this handheld sewing machine. Again, the handheld sewing machine is very practical. Okay, it really is. We're talking $12 to $15 for a handheld sewing machine. Try to get the one that comes with a kit that has different color bobbins. These are bobbins, the ones that hold all the threads on, because you're going to have different types of materials that you're going to be sewing with. So if you can buy the one that has the kit for around $15.99 to $16, it comes typically with some snips and maybe a few other accessories that come with that. Purchase that one. All right, everybody. Okay, so listen. You don't have to subscribe. You don't even have to comment. But I like a thumbs up. And if you want to do comment, please do. Let me know where you're from. I appreciate it. Or if you think you got something out of this video and you feel that the handheld sewing machine has failed you in the past, listen, it's actually a good machine. It really is. Look at what I just did. I made a simple cinch bag. And I had no problems with it. That's important. I went through this whole thing and I didn't have to edit where it was skip stitching or didn't stitch at all or my stitches were breaking. This handheld sewing machine actually held up for the job. So if I wanted to make this any bigger, I actually could do that. If you want to subscribe, subscribe. Remember, everybody, remember out there, the only excuse you can make is the one that you actually say. Peace out, everyone.